Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Play one, and Prescott to the air. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Isaac to Slaw, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Point after here coming up. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown. So now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is. And his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
First down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. This one swung out to Williams. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up room.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 56 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Cowboys 7.
It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nice little juke. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Prescott to throw it. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A gain of 9.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Goff. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he goes out right around the 39. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 4.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. That is caught. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Lions first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. Quick toss by Goff is complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Out of the gun, Goff. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
In motion right, that's Williams. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Now Goff. To the left side, he finds Slaw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Goff throwing again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down. First down and goal to go.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. Pickens on the slant. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
They go back to the ground with Williams. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good 1st step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 10. Throwing. Prescott. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw.
That's complete to the portal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out, you can run wide receiver routes with him, you can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Well, they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
3rd and 2.
Now it's Goff.
Finds Gibbs on a check down.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Still 1st down. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Goff. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw, Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw. Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. He'll try and do this himself. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Another Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Dallas.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Prescott now. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Aubrey now for the point after. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff. They'll find Williams on the slant.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He finds his man, complete. It's Kennedy. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Lions now are going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Goff now to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Again, Goff. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Bates' kick is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
18-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the 2nd half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they've got the lead, CeeDee. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now Goff. This pass down the field for Gibbs. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 65 yards. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll start out here with the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 36. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Lions will take over. But Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. There's just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
In motion goes the tight end. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 107 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
The Lions, first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 34 yards. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Cowboys 17.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here's Prescott.
Pickens on the slant.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Prescott.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Now we'll give up the middle to Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Cowboys 1st down. A gain of 9 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside inside the 25. 76 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Prescott off play action. That is caught. It's spanned forward. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
2nd and a couple. The busy night continues for Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Aubrey now for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Goff now looking to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down. A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Prescott to throw it. Out right, he finds Tolbert. And all the way down to the 26. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams, 26 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the 2nd half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
Aubrey now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Lions.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the 1st half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. To the left side, he finds Teslaw.
Goff's pass complete to Isaac Teslaw. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. The give, right side for Gibbs. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot him right in midfield at the 50. 160 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Going back to Gibbs on first down. And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
1 yard.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 49-yard line.
They'll go again with Gibbs. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Goff going to keep it himself. And he is going to have the Lions first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the
There may have been a little bit of an element
line.
of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Goff. Over the middle, he's got to Sloan. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Play action. It's Goff. Goes out left. It's caught by Williams. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run with Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Bates' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 10. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's on the play. And the Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
It's caught. Tolbert. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Prescott yet again. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old-school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Fires a slant complete to Tolbert. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now Prescott. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's Prescott. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the 1st down. So you've got to think, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Dak. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for CeeDee Lamb.
That certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Dak. Screen play set up for Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Prescott. He'll try it, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Aleem McNeil in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
They had to go through it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal. You still got a chance to take care of business on the other end, but you're right. The 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the jet sweep, it's to Slaw. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
It's now 3rd.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Bates' kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 6, 46 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to have a first down as he's out of bounds to stop the clock with just under 20 seconds to go.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are in the field?
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Here's one deep for Pickens. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Here's first down. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Prescott. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. Aubrey now for the PAT. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Aubrey now for the point after. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds of this ball game.
Lions 44.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
One last throw here for Goff. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.